Hello everybody, this is Llodg, and today I'm talking about my first thoughts on the Visions of Mana demo. If you want to play this demo for yourself, you can download it on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. I am playing the Xbox Series X version on Performance Mode. If you don't know, Visions of Mana is a part of the Mana series, with games like Secret of Mana and Trials of Mana, among a few others. I have played both Secret and Trials before, so I'm able to tell you this demo feels very similar to those games. The combat is all action oriented with different characters with different classes, but they all control roughly the same. In this demo you get to play as 3 different characters, Val, Morley, and Karina, and you can switch between these characters whenever you want, even within combat. Throughout the demo there will also be Hina and this little dragon that accompanies us. They aren't playable, but Hina will still heal you throughout battles. The demo starts out in what I'm assuming is a bit into the main story, with our party making their way to the harbor so they can take a ship to the capital of the deep. As we are making our way towards the harbor, we get into battles. It is a seamless transition into battle, so you can go from running around to battling enemies very quickly. Like I said earlier, the combat is action oriented, so you can do basic attacks and combos. Everyone has their own magic they can perform and can even quickly use items. Also, once your class strike meter fills up, you're able to do a strong attack. Honestly, through this demo, none of the enemies were that particularly challenging, but that's to be expected since I'm assuming this demo takes place fairly early in the story. While you're traversing the world, you can also find these elemental vessels that will allow you to do different things. In this case, you can use the Luna Globes to slow down time so you can cross the icy river. Or you can just swim through it. It doesn't hurt too bad, but I like that they are doing things that will make the overworld more interesting, other than just battling over and over again. After making it out of the snow, we come to a farm that Morley knows the farmer of. He eventually finds us and even gives us this bell that will summon Pickles for us to ride, and with that, we're off. This is where the demo opens up a bit. You can find side quests to do and explore the area a little bit as you make your way to the harbor. Many side quests are the basic go over to this area and fight these enemies, or fight a certain type of enemy, though there was one a little later in the demo that wanted me to find a hairpin, and when I went over to where it said it was, I think it was on top of this tower. However, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to scale the tower. I assume you could use this elemental vessel to scale the tower with these purple things on the tower, but I couldn't activate it at all. Sorry man, but your hairpin is lost for good. Learn how to climb a tower or something, I don't know. But overall, I did enjoy doing the side quests that I could actually complete, though hopefully they are a bit more varied in the full game. I also found this challenge trial that had you fight a group of enemies to defeat before the time limit runs out. Sadly, I was too slow and didn't get anything because when I defeated the last enemy, they got reinforcements. So yeah, maybe it's a bit easier in the full game, but I guess it's called a challenge for a reason. Eventually, we make it to the harbor. So Karina running into the guy led him to believe that she stole the key he had, so we go running around town and find it to free Karina. We find it in a box that was sent to this old man by mistake. Before we're able to give the key to Master Pesar, this guy named Orin takes the key so he can make Pesar think he had the key the whole time. Why does he do this? I don't know. Maybe to make Pesar think he's crazy or something. I'm assuming in the full game Orin is a character who shows up over and over again, but he's kind of weird in this short section. With that, we're able to get on the boat and set sail. As we are sailing, we get attacked by a giant kraken and have to fight it off the ship. This is a pretty interesting boss fight, as it will have moves that affect the larger areas of the stage, so you'll need to dodge those. But other than having a lot of health, the boss fight isn't too difficult or anything. And with the kraken defeated, we're able to continue sailing, and that's where the demo ends. A pretty good look at what most of the game will hopefully be like. The story seems fairly light, but that's just honestly how Mana games are, so it isn't too bad this one doesn't seem to have a big grand story like Final Fantasy XVI would, but I do wish it pulled me into it a bit more. I did enjoy the few characters we saw, even if they are fairly one-dimensional, though it's a short demo so I don't have too much to base these characters off of. I don't even know their motivations for the story or anything. The characters do have a couple of sweet moments throughout the demo that I hope carry over to the full game. I do wish I got to play as Palomina in the demo. She was who I was most looking forward to playing as. I also didn't mention it when talking briefly about the combat earlier, but you're able to buy different weapons, and in the full game you can change your character's classes, and I believe you can do that a little bit in the demo, but I just kept everyone as they were because the demo is so short anyway, and there didn't seem to be any meaningful changes in switching everyone's classes in this short demo. But overall, I thought the combat was fun. Hopefully in the full game they can bring something up that will hopefully make the combat even more interesting, like maybe different spells or gameplay mechanics, but I don't have too high of hopes for that. There were moments throughout the demo that had me feeling like I was playing Tales of Vesperia. Like, other than the art style looking kind of similar, the characters and how some of them acted made me feel like I was playing Vesperia again. Like, Orin taking the key to trick Pressar felt exactly like something that would happen in Vesperia. There are also times when you talk with party members to advance the plot, though I guess that isn't a Vesperia exclusive mechanic. While I enjoyed Vesperia, I didn't enjoy the story very much, so I hope Visions of Mana just sometimes feels like Vesperia and doesn't share the same problems. The visuals of this game looked really good, the art style was so bright and vibrant that it made it very nice to look at. Though on performance mode, it doesn't always look as good as you would think it would, but as far as I can tell, the game never drops frames enough for me to notice. The visuals also kind of remind me of Tales of Arise, though not as impressive to look at as that game. I'm honestly surprised that this game isn't coming to Nintendo Switch, but maybe the game would push that system too hard, or maybe Square Enix was really hoping that the Switch 2 would be released by now. I thought the voice actors did a pretty good job, again nothing that blew me away, but it wasn't bad at all. My favorite character to play as was Karina, though swapping between the three was fun. Though maybe Karina was my favorite because of her southern accent.
How? We don't have a clue where that jerk dropped his key. What if you can't find it, huh? Then we'll all get keel-hauled. We can still make a break for it, you know. Just say the word.
I also really enjoyed seeing some enemy types return from previous Mana games, like these Ravites being the first enemies you fight is exactly like Secret of Mana. So I'm glad they're sticking with the tradition. I'm also so glad that there are these meridians that let you travel to various points in the map. It makes it so much easier to travel around the map for side quests. And yeah, those are my first thoughts on the Visions of Mana demo. Once again, if you want to play this demo for yourself, I highly suggest you download the demo to try it out. Let me know what your thoughts on Visions of Mana are, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day, and goodbye.